Yo, what's up guys? My name is Kevin and I am the owner of Ken Social. Basically what we do is we cut up viral shorts for YouTubers, podcasters, streamers, and we make them go viral through short form content. Today I'm going to teach you how to improve your digital podcast immediately, because a lot of people have a digital podcast, but they just kind of record in bad quality and they're not doing it as effective as they could. Now I'm going to tell you how to improve in 4 simple ways. Now the reason I know this is because I've worked with many big and small podcasters, so I know, what does good and I know what does bad. Now the first step in improving is to use Riverside. So to put it simply, it is an all-in-one podcasting platform and it allows you to record in high quality video and audio. So if you're recording on Zoom, I would suggest, leaving that and recording on Riverside. So you can pretty much do anything related to podcasting on this app. It is made for podcasters. And like I said, don't use Zoom. Riverside gives you all the ability to record in 4K. And people want to see 4K, quality. They don't want to see anything lower than like 720p. So it's very important that, you record in high quality, not Zoom. Now here are the price packages. Honestly, if you're doing it all the time, like this is your full-time thing, podcasting, then definitely get this. If not, get this, because you can record up to 4K with just $15 a month. But don't get this. It's terrible. Now step 2, buy this camera. It's 4K and it's only like $70. As long as you have like a camera that can record in 4K, then just get it, because it's gonna go great with Riverside. But yeah, check it out. It's only like $70. It's a 4K webcam, and this is what people want. People want you to be in high quality. If they're watching your podcast and it's low quality, it's going to be less amusing to watch. So it's very important that the first step in improving is getting your quality crisp. So the camera runs in 4K 30 frames per second, and the camera is clear and sharp. The camera is really good, so it's just try it out. And honestly, listen, if you don't like it, you can just easily go ahead and return it, but get any camera that can record up to 4K. Now step 3, set yourself up for clips. So what does this mean? If you want your podcast to go viral, you need to record with short form content in mind. You need to know that you're going to be clipped. This means structuring your episodes, your questions, your comments in a way that is easy to clip. I'm going to show you some examples in a moment, but basically set yourself up by asking very concise questions, direct questions with anybody you're interviewing, making it as easy as possible for any viewer to digest. Because if you're going to clip these up and post them, you need to make them as easy as possible to kind of consume and digest. If it's super hard to understand, people are just going to scroll and they're not going to like the edit you have. So the most important part about a clip is the first 2 seconds. That first question, that first comment, that first word is what catches everybody and makes them stop from their doom scroll. Now here are a few shorts I edited that went really viral. Kind of understand why it went viral. Listen to the first 2 seconds of the video and understand why people stopped and watch this video.
Everybody that took LSD felt that they were undergoing enormous personal changes. They weren't the same person after having LSD. And there was a scientific study, it was done by a Rand scientist. And what he said was, even though all of these people said that they felt enormous changes, the personality test showed that they were largely the same person in every area but one. And this was called the Ways to Live scale. The Ways to Live scale indicated that 1 dose of LSD stimulated enormous changes, whereas the person taking the test might have said, it's important for me to get a corporate job, it's important for me to have a good car. After 1 dose of LSD, they were saying, I think maybe a contemplative lifestyle might be what I want to have. I think I'd like to travel before settling down. I think maybe I want to look for some spiritual value in my life. Things totally changed around.
So yeah, that was the first viral short. Here's another viral short I did. Most of these are storytelling. Most of these are engaging in the beginning. So this is why these videos go viral. But yeah, here is the second viral short I did.
Whenever my mother would talk badly about her body, I didn't realize that it was affecting me on a different level because I have her body. It's like a weird generational thing that you can put back down on your kids.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very vocal about talking really positively around my daughter, even though she's not even 2. It starts really early.
I mean, it starts really early, like you said. It gets put in their subconscious and they grow up with those traits, right?
Yeah. So whenever I'm having I think it's really easy to post something on Instagram and want to change yourself. And my big rule is I will never change my body. When I was pregnant, when I was doing Fenty, you can see my stretch marks. I don't care. I think that there's something I wear with pride, and I want other people to know that it's beautiful.
So yeah, the hook there was whenever my mother would talk badly about herself. That's gonna stop people from their doom scroll and get curious. This basically makes people curious and being why did her mom talk badly about herself? What did this do to her? How did this affect her? When people are watching a short, they have 1,000 questions that pop up in their mind, and that curiosity makes them sit and watch the entire video, which helps the video go viral. Here's another short I did.
How fast did you spend that $100,000? I walked out my house at the time. The house next door was for sale. And I said, oh, I should buy that. You know, I got $100,000. And I went to the Mercedes dealership and I test drove the CL 600. And I'm driving the car.
House of that.
Yeah, I drove the car, but the funny thing is I drove the car and it had dynamic seats, which I didn't know about at the time. It's the seats that when you turn, they kind of like
with you.
Yeah, they push you back in the center and kind of center you. And I made a right. The salesman's next to me, and I made a right, and the seat pushed me back in center. And I'm like, what was that? He's like, oh, this has dynamic seats. I busted a U-turn. I'm like, sold.
So yeah, that video didn't do too viral, but like the hook was, how fast did you spend that $100,000? People are gonna get 1,000 questions in their head. How did he spend $100,000? Why did he spend $100,000? How did he make $100,000? So these questions and the curiosity makes them stick around. So it's very important that when you're recording your episodes, set yourself up for clips. Plan what you're gonna ask, plan what you're gonna say, plan how you're gonna start a clip, and then with your editor, give them those timestamps. Tell them, I think this is a good part, I think this is a good part, and then let them determine if this is a viral worthy part. Now, if you want to ask viral questions to ask your next guest on your podcast, go to ChatGPT and type this right here. I'm interviewing A, and then state the profession and a little backstory. Give me some viral short questions I can ask that will stop people with short attention spans from scrolling. So here's an example. I'm on ChatGPT, and then I can just copy and paste it. And then for this right here, I'll just delete this, and then I'll typed in a therapist with a traumatic childhood past. I mean, you could really just say anything you want. It could be like construction worker that broke his hand or something like that. It can be like a YouTuber, an ex-famous YouTuber, an ex-celebrity, an ex-singer, anything like that. A health professional, people that dealt with trauma, sadness, mental health, depression, things like that. But for me, I just picked this, and then I'll just press enter. Then bam, it gives you like 10 viral questions you can ask. And at the same time, if you don't like these questions, you can tweak it. You can keep asking it, make these questions longer, make these questions shorter, make these questions more about the trauma, make these questions more about the therapy. Like, you can tweak this and mess around with it. So it's a really good idea to just get quick and fast questions from ChatGPT. And now I like this one. What's one thing you wish your parents did differently? I feel like people would stop and really listen to that, especially if it's coming from a therapist. And here's another one. How did your trauma shape the way you help others? And then another one that's good is, what's something a therapist would never tell you in a session? I feel like that's kind of something interesting that I would even stick around and watch that. Just go mess with ChatGPT and get these questions and start asking these on your podcast. Step 4, the most important part, is post one clip every single day. Now, if you have weekly podcasts, post 7 clips every single week on all platforms. I'm talking TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, because when they go viral, with all these things I'm telling you, when they go viral, people will be inspired from your short to go and watch your full podcast. And when your shorts start going viral, getting views, and you start building your community, sponsors, that's the first thing they're going to look at. They're going to look at your page. They're going to look at your Instagram. They're going to look at your TikTok. And if they see that you're posting high quality shorts, they're going to want to sponsor you. Versus somebody that has like low quality bad shorts that's made with like Opus clips. The greatest way to go viral and make money is through short form content. Every single person I know is on short form content. I'm talking Facebook, YouTube shorts, like everybody, even old people, young people, everybody's on short form content, and that is the best way to get your name out there. And the algorithm is like, now anybody can go viral. You don't gotta be famous. Anybody can go viral with just one, piece of viral short form content. And I know this because I've done it for so many viral, like big podcasts and small podcasts. So it's really possible. And if you follow these 4 steps, you have a way higher chance of going viral and getting the views you deserve. Now, if you need help with somebody going through your podcast and finding the best potentially viral moments and editing them in a very engaging viral way, you can book a call with me below in the description.